Hey everybody, this is Dan for Gimme D on Cars. Now, I hope you're coming from my walk around I just did of this. This is a 2020 Hyundai Palisade Limited finished in Sierra Burgundy. This is such a beautiful color. But in this video, we're going to take it for a drive and see what it's like to drive. So, I got the key right here. We're going to open her up. Alright, let's start her up. Alright, we're going to put this thing in drive. Here we go. So this car is brand new for 2020. It is built on the same chassis as the Kia Telluride. It's got a 3.8 liter V6 with 291 horsepower, 262 foot-pounds of torque. We've got an 8-speed automatic. We have the optional H-Track all-wheel drive, but this is meant to be a family cruiser. It sits 8. It has so many features like I mentioned before, but in this video we're going to see how it drives. So here we go. Now, one thing that is a real standout feature of this car is that when you're driving and you put your right turn signal on, it'll show you in the blind spot monitor what is in your camera, in your blind spot right there, so you know if you're trying to pass somebody on the highway. Same with the left-hand side too. I'm going to wait till this car goes by. But yeah, if you put your left-hand turn signal on, the whole screen becomes the turn signal. That is really one of the best features I've ever seen in the interior of a car, and I think every car on the market needs it. Now, this car is meant to be the more luxurious SUV as opposed to the other, the Kia Telluride and some other options, but in the first 30 seconds, it just feels very smooth and refined. The V6 has enough power. I mean, you got almost 300 horsepower, but in a big car like this, it definitely doesn't feel like it's working too hard. You've got a gear selector here that has the different driver modes, which we are in comfort. I'll definitely go into sport. The gauges get all crazy then too, but just driving for a couple minutes, it just feels very smooth and refined and like way nicer than a Hyundai should be at this price point. Now, this car in the limited trim is about $48,000, but you get so many features for that price. Plus, you know, the best warranty in the automotive industry at 10 years, 100,000 miles. So you've got the luxury and the space and the reliability of not having to worry about servicing, and everything's covered under the warranty. It's just really an impressive car. Now we also have the, just beat to me. So we also have the blind spot monitoring and the lane keep assist, which it just beat to me. But it also has the radar cruise control, which we'll try out when we get on the highway. I mean, I don't know what this car is lacking. I can't think of anything aside from like auto driving or features like that. But that's for cars that are way more expensive. So I think Hyundai is really on top of their game right now, and they offer very nice cars. And this Suburban is about to hit me. So yeah. Glad he didn't. Now we're going to go through my favorite little twisty roads. I feel like I do this for every video. Now this car is obviously meant to be a family cruiser as opposed to anything that'll rip around corners, but we're just going to test her just a little bit just to see how she does. Yeah, I mean the power is definitely there. I mean you can feel that it's a heavy car, but it doesn't really feel like a big boat that you're ripping around. I'm trying to keep up with this Volvo ahead of me. Yeah, all the materials are nice in here. I really love the quilted leather, which is on the doors and all of the seats, all 3 rows of the seats. And we also got paddle shifters here, which is pretty crazy too. I don't know if when you go into sport mode, if you could automatically use the paddle shifters, but this is nice. I can definitely feel how the lane keep assist really sort of helps you stay in your lane. I don't know if you could turn that off or turn it down so it's not so sensitive. I mean, it beeped at me once because I went, close to the line, but you can sort of feel it in the steering wheel sort of help you stay in the lines, which is nice. Now we're going to give her the beans here just to see how that feels. Alright, here we go. That's nice. Wow, I didn't even notice either that the tachometer on the right hand side, the needle sweeps counterclockwise. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's nice. That didn't sound bad either. Come on, this is awesome. Hyundai, what have you become? You've become a car that used to make the accent, which was like laughable back when I was in college. And now this is like a top tier luxury SUV with almost 300 horsepower and cameras everywhere. If I just stab it. All right, let's switch into sport mode. Now there's explosion and the dials are red. Now let's see if I just stab it a little bit if it feels there. That's cool. I really like the way the dials look when it's red in the sport mode too. And it's holding on to the gear like crazy too. Wow. Yeah. Alright, as always, I'm going to get on the highway just to give you a first-person view. But one thing I don't think I touched on enough in the other video is that on the main screen here you can have 3 different tiles, which is exactly what BMW does. You know, they have the map, which is huge. Previous destinations, no. There's the map, nice and big. You can move around. It just snaps nice as everything else. There's your music over here. If you go to home, that'll give you your 3 tiles. There's your trip info, and you got 2 whole other screens to do setup and all the other stuff. Now this car does have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which my phone is not plugged in. But yeah, here's a good look at the driving modes. Now we're in Comfort, Eco, Snow, Smart, and Sport. Now when you go into Sport mode, look what the gauges do. There's like an explosion and they become red, which we're definitely going to try that out. Smart probably learns the way you drive and it'll just sort of adapt things, you know, throttle response and all that. But yeah, just look at the view of this. Is so nice. The nice screen goes the whole way up behind that steering wheel. The nice 2 gauges. I didn't notice before, but the tachometer spins counterclockwise. The speedometer goes like every other one, just normal. But yeah, so we're gonna go into sport mode after the explosion. Turn that off. Now this is the shifter, which is a little different. It's no gear level or column mounted. So if you go into drive, you know, the numbers, it goes into that like if you had a normal gear selector. So we're going to get on the highway and give her the beans a little bit. All right, so here we go. Now we're gonna switch back into Comfort just so I think you can see the gauges a little bit better. Actually, nah, I might as well go into Sport. Sport, explosion. All right, so we're gonna get on the highway real quick and give her the beans just to see how it feels. This is a V6, almost 300 horsepower, so here we go. Okay, there's a cop right there. So we're not going to give her too much of the beans, and we're going to put the camera down. Thank you for your work, Mr. Officer. Now, merge on the highway. Now I'm going to turn on the radar cruise control, which is right here on the steering wheel. Now you've got a little green icon right there. I think you could change the distance right there. But yeah, I really love the radar cruise control. Wait. Cruise. Set. So if I set the cruise control 55 and I got the lane keep on, yeah, just driving this car. Wait, is this driving for me? Holy crap, I think it is. I didn't know that it could do that. Alright, this Hyundai is driving for me. Jen, did you know that this could do that? Or Mike? I did not. Wow. Okay, I'm going 55. 57. The Hyundai is driving for me. A car that costs this much, under $50,000, and the car is driving for me. This car has everything. Like, what more could you want in a car? I mean, this is seriously like, keep hands on the steering wheel. Okay, this is probably, I think this is the most impressive SUV that I've driven this year. Okay, it turned it off. Yeah, it turned it off because I didn't touch the wheel. But now the car is driving for me. That is amazing. I mean, I've used this feature before in the Tesla that I just drove and a Volvo, but it has self-driving technology in a car that is under $50,000. I don't know that any other car, other than, look, I'm doing it. Here comes an Audi A7. This car is driving for me. I still can't get over it. In a car that has this many features for under $50,000, the car is driving for me. I am so impressed. All Alright, we're gonna go over a short bend right here. Let's see if how the car does. See, I'm not driving. The wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. Keep your hands in the steering wheel. Okay, it just did a turn very nicely. Wow, this is so impressive. Alright, so I just turned it off. We're gonna get off the highway, but yeah. This Hyundai is really, really an awesome car. There's the camera right there. Nobody is there. Wow. Alright, so this is gonna wrap up my time with the 2020 Hyundai Palisade, and this car is so impressive for what you get for the money. You know, you got the technology, the looks, you know, the quality, and the impressive features on the inside. Plus, the car drives itself. I never knew that a car in this price point, under $50,000 would drive itself. So, this car finished in this burgundy is so beautiful too. So, thank you to Mike and Jen and Olivia and Logan for helping me out for this video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.